welcome back to Mind Money Masters with Cameron. I tell you, I'm really excited about today's video. We are going to talk about the mindset of an entrepreneur. I feel like the concept of entrepreneurialism is a little abstract. Many people think that I've heard con artists being thrown out there, just looking for a quick buck. Some people think that the entrepreneur is just another word to say unemployed. Both of these concepts, I have to say, are completely wrong. An entrepreneur is actually not only a job creator, but also someone who spearheads innovation, change across multiple lines of business and multiple businesses. So, today I really want to talk about what is the mindset of an entrepreneur, how to achieve it, pitfalls someone can run into on this journey, and lastly, why on earth would anyone want to become one? Now let's get started. So there are three aspects to consider when developing the mindset of an entrepreneur. The first one being, where are you right now? Meaning your current mindset. What is your focus? Where are you personally? Now there's three categories I'm going to talk about and break this down a little bit later. And then, what is holding you back? Or I also use potentially how to get started with this. So first of all, what is an entrepreneur? Investopedia would define an entrepreneur as an individual who undertakes the risk of starting a new business. I feel like that's really, really broad. I also gave a little tidbit in the intro as to what I think an entrepreneur is, or kind of my definition of an entrepreneur. But I would also like to summarize in a general sense is an entrepreneur is someone who can successfully manage risk. You have to understand risk in order to be successful at managing it. Many people think starting a business is incredibly risky, and it is for someone who doesn't know how to manage risk. The next thing you kind of want to talk about is you have to know who you are before you start a business. One of the things I ask myself many times before it became before the mindset of entrepreneur actually affected me so incredibly. Are you satisfied with your 9-to-5 grind? I like to call it 8 to faint. Every day you go into work and you are ultimately putting money into an entrepreneur's pocket. Just think about that for a second. Who's the owner of your company? There's an owner above your boss, above your boss's boss. There's an owner. That person is more than likely an entrepreneur. I would say there's a 99.9% surety that they are an entrepreneur. And if they can do it, why can't you? The next thing you got to think about is, what are your talents? What are your passions? You can build a business around these, or you can just build a business so you can do more of your talents and passions. There's a book that I would encourage everyone to read called Born to Win by Zig Ziglar. He makes a statement about, in order to become successful, you have to help enough people get what they want. You will achieve everything if you help. You will achieve everything that you want if you help enough people get what they want. So that kind of goes into the next thing, purpose. Purpose is key. You need to find out what your purpose is. Is this to help people? Is this to have freedom? Is this to create a legacy for your family? I can't answer this for you. This has to be something individualistic to you. Tony Robbins also mentions in his book, Money Master the Game, that every successful person knows their purpose. And, I have to share, one of my businesses is an affiliate marketing business, which allows me to talk about things that I love to talk about, which is, I love helping people achieve financial freedom. And I also love talking about financial education. So my purpose is to help people understand more about finance and entrepreneurialism and making money. And I can make money from doing that. So, there is a great program that I would highly recommend that will teach you how to build a business and create this generational wealth. I will put a link in the description so you can check it out. It's a program by Jeff Lerner. But make sure you get a chance to check it out. This next section that we're going to talk about is within the mindset of an entrepreneur, takes into account where you are in 4 separate ways. I define them as physically, personally, financially, mentally, but then also spiritually is kind of included in that mental section. So physically, what is your lifestyle? Are you active? Are you sedentary? The body needs to move. The body needs to be active. I won't go into all the possible health issues that it can arise from an unhealthy lifestyle, as this isn't a health post of any kind. But I know from my past that when I had health issues, it definitely affected my mindset. And successful entrepreneurs are 9 times out of 10, I would say, typically pretty health conscious. And that's something that you want to take advantage of, knowing that and learning that from other successful entrepreneurs. Next section is personally, what are your personal relationships like? Who do you hang out with? I've heard that your income is actually the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So think about that. Is anyone thinking about 5 people that they're hanging out with right now that probably make less than you, or maybe even some that make more than you? Well, your income is typically the average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. One of the other things is, who do you respect? Who do you look up to? Another question that I ask myself along that same line of who do you respect, who do you look up to, what would you want people to say about you when you left the room? Now, to really cultivate and start a business, and to have that mindset of an entrepreneur, you need to take inventory of your assets. Cash is the lifeblood of a business and of success. I don't mean savings, I mean cash flow. Cash must be flowing to build or purchase assets to generate that financial freedom. Saving money in excess is not a good strategy. We can go into that in maybe another post, but saving is not a good strategy. Cash must be used and moved around to build your business. Lastly, where are you mentally? We could go into mindset specifically, but everything correlates to mindset. So I not only mean mentally, but spiritually. Oftentimes, having a relationship with a higher power can offer a purpose. This is not a spiritual post, so I will refrain from giving my personal opinions, but I will say that sometimes just telling yourself that you can do it isn't quite enough. And even relying on a higher purpose or a higher calling for your life gets us through the day-to-day and potentially even motivates us. So now, what's holding you back? Hopefully you have a better idea of what the mindset of an entrepreneur is. What is holding you back from your journey? Is this a lack of knowledge? Well, that's kind of why I'm here. That's hopefully while you're listening or still listening to this video. Is fear holding you back? That's good. Fear is good. Fear is empowering, and you have to be willing to fail in order to become successful. If you aren't doing something that scares you even a little bit, then it's not worth doing. To get started, you don't have to reach level 33 on the first day, or level 99, or whatever level that you want to achieve. You don't have to reach that the first day. Take one action towards your goal. In our society, we're so caught up with the fast food lifestyle or the fast track lifestyle. And things are still done slowly over time. Things are still cultivated and added in addition every single day. They're made better every day. They don't have to have everything right now. You're not going to appreciate it. It's just like that adage where if someone wins the lottery and they're not good with money management, they are exactly in the same place, if not worse, than they were before they won the lottery in less than a year. Now, I said things are done slowly, and that's true, but you can reduce the curve. And you can reduce your mistakes if you follow someone else and get a mentor. Mentors are key. Mentors will help you. They're extremely, extremely important. Now, anything worth having is worth working for and building. That's for sure. I will tell you the value of becoming an entrepreneur and succeeding with your goal is absolutely incalculable. Freedom and flexibility to have with your family, independence of daily work that isn't satisfying, helping others achieve what they want, building a legacy. These are things that can all be accomplished with an entrepreneurial mindset. I remember a board game that I used to play when I was younger with my family. It was called Careers. And you could win if you achieved your goal in 2 of 3 categories. And those 3 categories, as you can probably imagine, were fame, money, and happiness. So you would have to ultimately give up some to achieve another, obviously, but at the same time, the great thing with being your own boss and not being in a career like that game had indicated is that you can achieve all 3 if you want. You don't have to settle for just 1 or 2 as an entrepreneur and a business owner. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. Please remember to check out the links in the description. Subscribe to my channel. Please turn on those notifications so you can see whenever we come out with a new video. Cheers to your success, and I really hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you.